The smell comes first. Rot, sweat, fear. It clings to the air like a living thing. In narrow streets where sunlight barely reaches the ground, a man collapses. His skin burns with fever. Under his arms, dark swellings rise, hard, painful, pulsing, buboes. By nightfall, he is dead. By morning, his house is silent. Bells ring without pause. Carts roll through the streets, piled with bodies, some still warm. No one knows why this is happening. No one knows how to stop it. They only know one thing: death has arrived. It begins far from Europe, across deserts, across trade routes soaked in blood and gold. The enemy is unseen, microscopic, patient. It travels hidden in the shadows of commerce. Merchant ships, heavy with silk, spices, and rats. In the holds, black rats scurry over grain sacks. On their bodies, fleas feed. In the fleas, the plague bacterium waits, Yersinia pestis. In October 1347, 12 ships reached the port of Messina, Sicily. They drift in silently. Their crews are dying. Sailors stagger onto the docks. Their skin is blotched black. Their breath is shallow. Some die where they stand. The authorities panic. The ships are ordered away. Too late. The rats have already escaped. From Messina, the plague spreads like fire. Along coastlines, into cities, up rivers, Genoa, Venice, Marseille. Each port becomes a new doorway for death. The disease moves faster than any army, faster than any warning. In crowded cities, it thrives. Homes packed together, sewage in the streets, people living on top of one another. A cough, a flea bite, a touch, and the countdown begins. Victims feel flu-like symptoms, chills, headaches, exhaustion. Then the swellings appear. In the groin, the neck, the armpits, black spots bloom on the skin. Internal bleeding, tissue dying beneath the surface. Death follows in days, sometimes hours. Entire households vanish. Priests refuse to give last rites. Grave diggers flee. Doctors shut their doors. The word spreads faster than the plague itself. Do not help the sick. Do not touch the dying. Fear becomes law. In the chaos, strange figures appear. Tall, silent, unnatural. They wear long black coats, sealed with wax. Leather gloves, wide-brimmed hats, and the mask, a hollow beak like a bird of death. Inside it, herbs, rosemary, cloves, mint. The belief is simple. The air is poisoned. Bad smells carry disease. The beak filters the miasma. At least that is the hope. These men are called Medici della Peste, plague doctors. They carry canes, not for walking, for keeping distance. They do not touch their patients. They observe. They record. Some cut open buboes to release bad humors. Others prescribe bloodletting, prayer, amulets. None of it works. To the people, they look less like healers and more like harbingers. When a plague doctor appears at your door, it means someone inside is already dead. Society begins to unravel. Families abandon each other. Parents flee from children. Spouses leave the sick behind. Love becomes a liability. The streets fall silent. Shops are shuttered. Churches stand empty. Only the sound of bells. Calling the dead. Mass graves are dug outside city walls. Bodies thrown in without names, without prayers. Some cities burn fires day and night, trying to cleanse the air. Others turn to superstition. Flagellants march through towns, whipping themselves bloody, begging God for mercy. Minorities are blamed, the sick, the poor, the Jews. Violence follows. Art changes. Walls are painted with skeletons dancing with kings and peasants alike. the dance macabre, the dance of death. A reminder, no one is spared. Not the rich, not the powerful, not the faithful. The plague does not slow. It does not negotiate. Between 1347 and 1351, Europe is gutted. Cities lose half their population. Some lose more. Historians estimate between 75 and 200 million dead worldwide. In Europe alone, nearly 50%. 1 out of every 2 people. Villages disappear entirely. Fields go untended. Animals roam freely through abandoned land. The world feels emptied. Those who survive are changed forever. Eventually, the plague loosens its grip. Not because it is defeated, but because there is almost no one left to infect. Survivors inherit a broken world. Labor becomes valuable. Serfs demand wages. Old systems begin to crack. The Black Death reshapes Europe. Its economy, its faith, its understanding of life and death. But the memory never fades. For centuries, parents tell their children stories of carts of corpses, of black swellings, of doctors who looked like birds, and of how suddenly it all ended. The Black Death did not just kill people. It erased certainty. It proved that civilization is fragile, that progress can rot overnight, and that the greatest threats are often invisible. Even now, the bacterium still exists, dormant, waiting, a reminder from the dark that history is not as distant as we think, and death is never truly gone.